raising our children, our young men, alone. The best way we knew how with the Lord, because I love the Lord, and that will never be a secret.
Amen.
So we did it the best way we knew how, and we did have church. We had each other as sisters, but there were sometimes we felt like we didn't have anybody, including our immediate family. So what we want to be careful is when we broadcast out to you ladies who are listening, or gentlemen for that matter, the point is when you're trying to assist someone, never talk about the one that we feel is at fault, because that person can turn around and love them and resent us.
Right.
So what we want to do is build spirit. This is a spiritual journey. We're just having a human experience. And if we can remove ourselves from the human experience, money will come, peace will come. You know what I'm saying? That travel will come that we're looking for. So we have a very positive and optimistic. We're trying to bring people up, right, with us as we go up. So this is our time right now too. We're not where we want to be, right? But at the same time, we're where we need to be, because these women are calling out for us. So I love the story of your friend, and I think you're going to be able to help her. But definitely don't be there when he's there, and don't talk to her about him.
Right. Thank you for that. Yes. Because I do have a big mouth sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Because you know what?
Because I don't want to see
our mates hurt us. Mm-hmm. Our mates hurt us. So we're putting their mate in our hate seat.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so easy to transfer those emotions, because I was really, you didn't do that, right? Because that didn't happen to me, right? Mm-hmm. So, and she's intelligent. I know exactly who you're speaking of. She's intelligent. Her game's together. But when they pull the carpet from under us, do you know that puts us back 7 to 10 years?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That turns the clock back when they do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, because of the women we dedicate our lives to our children.
Right.
That happens to be 18 years.
Right.
That happens to be 18 years. Take the mirror out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, that definitely there's and we don't want to ever sound bitter, but understand it's there.
Right.
So we don't want to pull from pain to be successful, but remember it.
Right.
Remember it. So now, just that was just so passionate about that, right?
Exactly. And we got to pull from the pain, because otherwise it will have won,
Talk to me about that.
Yeah. Use the pain for power. Turn the pain into power. So if we talk about the pain and what we've gone through and how we've overcome it, and we didn't let it get us and hold us and keep us, but we're using it to help someone else and to help ourselves, then we're using the pain in a positive way. So it's like making lemonade out of lemons.
Right.
It's like that. I know so many women who have it together, just like us. We have it together. We gave our all. We were faithful to the end, even, through the pain. We stuck in there, hung in there. And then we finally said, you know what? Exit stage left. This isn't working. Somebody's going to get hurt, and it's not going to be me. Or it's going to be me.
And I'm not going to jail.
And I'm not going to jail. Because they will win. Right.
You see
what I'm not saying? Going to jail, and I'm not going to hell, because I still fear that if I hurt somebody, that's going to catch up. That's going to be on a whole nother plane, a whole nother level that I'm going to have to pay for, and my seed is going to have to pay for, and other generations will have to pay for.
Is going to have to pay for.
Seed is going to have to pay for it.
There, talk about it. That's right.
Right. Go ahead. If you're not there, who's going to take care of him or them? So a lot of times we just have to bite our tongue, and we have to be logical and rational and sensible and say, not doing it, not going there, not playing your game, because like Sharon said, we are faithful and we love the Lord, and we know that the devil is only here to kill, steal, and destroy. And
So
while
what
he
I
might
hear
have
you
thought
saying,
that he
go ahead.
destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
while he thought he might have destroyed, he's not going to kill our spirit. He's not going to kill our lives. You know, you hear about these women, you know, a lot of women are in jail because they killed the man that did them wrong. I'm
Right.
not having it. And anybody
Right.
that's even thinking about that, they're not worth it. They're not worth it because you are worth more than anything that they're putting you through.
Right.
So,
and what I'm hearing you say too, is it's a generational curse. I come from a family of matriarchs. So I can't go back and say my great grandfather, my grandfather. It's always
right.
my auntie, my mom,
Mhm.
big mama. You know,
Mhm.
we go to family reunion, they're all women on the panel.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
we had, you know, so I don't know how far it goes back, and you know, history will show, and there's a lot of examples of the absent man. I'm not blaming brothers because they don't know. That's a whole nother story. And
I'm
that's
blaming
what
them
we'll
because they
talk
know
about.
better. I'm
That's one
blaming
we'll
them. They
talk
know
about.
better.
Yeah, but that's one we'll
They
talk
know
about. Not today.
better.
Because we're just introducing ourselves to Blab. We have so many
Right.
passionate things we want to come to you and talk about. We will be scheduled regularly. We thank you so much for following us. Tell two
Yes.
people to follow us. We'll
Yes.
be on at the scheduled time consistently as we
Right.
share and help, as we heal, but also help women. And there's some single dads out there, but you know, the passion is with the single women. Heal
Right.
because we're raising the future. You know, and we're going to break some generational curses. We're going to off our money, off our spirits. There is no reason why persons like yourself and myself are in the position we are today.
Right.
Okay,
That's
but we
why it's
are
for a higher purpose. That's why I know it's for a higher purpose.
prepared for a higher purpose.
Yes.
You
Right.
know, wow, we should have taken video. We never knew that we would be talking 2016.
Right. Ah, I know.
When we were in Key
Technology,
West or on the snowy streets of Chicago,
right?
in these high life
Right.
parties that we used to
Right.
attend, and it was a different world and life for us because
Yes.
we are really just, we kind of some penthouse type females, but
Right.
now we know it from both sides.
Right. We know it from both sides. Exactly. We had the highs and we had the lows and the in between.
And we had
And
the
we love
lows.
the highs.
Yes.
So we want to get back to the
The highs
high
are
life.
always nice.
And that's going to happen. It's going to happen. But in order to appreciate the highlights, because we
That's
had
right.
it. We had it. Just not good.
We had the planes.
You know, took it for granted or whatever.
Right.
So now that we aren't where we used to be, we want to get back there. And I
Yes.
know we will appreciate it even more. And appreciate
bring some people
people
with us.
with us. Exactly.
In a healthy way. So if the youngins are listening to us, they can, they may never have to be where we are and have to be restored.
Exactly. Amen. But it's okay because there's faith in the valley, and there you can still have happiness in the valley. In the valley of depression, you know, thank you for joining us. Our advice for depression is to stay busy and not think about it. Get your mind off yourself. Somebody just asked a question. Get your mind off yourself.
Yeah.
Do service to others. Get up and get out and get moving and keep moving. Get out. As soon as you feel that depression spirit coming on, you rebuke it. You say it's not going to have me. I'm going to do something else for myself. There's no, you know, get rich quick scheme. You just have to take it by the horns and say, I'm not going to let you have any hold over me because I deserve to be happy. And it's as simple as hitting a light switch. You have to smile through the sadness. All you got to do is you may not feel like smiling, but you smile. Tony Robbins said that. He said, turn your corners up, and then you can't feel sad if you're smiling. You just can't think about that junk. You just have to keep moving forward. Go.
Okay. And this is what I'm going to say. I'm getting ready to take a journey across the room, so bear with me. Depression is real. It's tangible. You can taste it. You can feel it. Little steps. Okay. It is as simple as turning on a switch, but you got to do it so little. I would encourage, if you listen to gospel music, that's an attack of the enemy. So you want to listen to gospel music. You want to not concentrate your own thoughts. The problem with depression is we don't take our thoughts into captivity. And so we talk about I can't, or where I used to be. Start off with a walk. Start off jogging. If you live in an apartment complex, just go downstairs and work on your body. Okay? Don't think. Just work on your body. Work on your body. Not because you're trying to be fit, because you need a small, short-term goal. And you make a little short-term goal every day. And then it's like compound. It's the compound effect. I read a lot, but the compound effect, and just one little thing at a time. So important every day. I don't care if it's get up, take a shower, make my bed. Guess what? You did it today. But if you're past that, go work out, go walk little by little, and then start writing things down.
You're breaking up.
You may not believe right now. Say things that you don't believe right now. I am smart. You got to say it. Don't think it. Thinking does not, you can think yourself rich. We'll talk about that too. But I'm saying you have to confess and say some things with your mouth every day. So you just write a few down. I am smart. I am beautiful. I don't care if you don't believe it right now. Okay. But you keep saying it. And if you keep saying it, it will happen.
Yes.
And that is the beginning. That is the beginning. Medication works. I know. Not the expired meds, though. Medication does work, but let's talk about not being on meds, because these are some things that can help you not placate the issue, not just kind of numb it. We want to get to where we can get up and be self-motivated. And it's hard every day. It'll get easier, but it'll never get easy.
Right.
Because even when I loved what I was doing, you still had to get up and do it. And then when you get there, it's like, oh, I don't want to go to church. When you get to church, you're like, oh, I'm glad I went. But you didn't want to get up and go.
Right.
So thank you so much for your question, Irish Blue. How do you, whomever, I can start it. You can start it. How do
you can do it.
Room? Get yourself a Bible that you can read. I'm old school, so I do King James Version. I actually have Amplified. But this is a computer age. Okay, digital. You have a cell phone. Pull up a verse. I encourage Proverbs, because there's one for every day.
Yes. And
just read it. And ask before you're reading the word, and we're not trying to jump off on a religious channel, but when you're reading the word, ask the Lord for understanding, revelation. You may not get it at that moment, but just read a proverb a day and then thank him. Get into an attitude of gratitude.
Right.
Look around your room. And if you are not living behind Burger King in a cardboard box, you have something to be happy for. You woke up.
Yes.
You may have brushed your teeth, but you have toothpaste and a toothbrush. You just chose not to do it because the battlefield is in the mind. And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. I have chills because these are struggles I still deal with, and I've come a long way. But I still deal with them because I'm still in a journey of recovery. We haven't gotten back to where we know we're going to be, right?
Right.
So how do you make room for God every day? Try that. And then when you come back and talk with us, let us know how that worked. Let us know how that worked. And, if I can ask you, what are you doing right now? If you feel like, getting in the love seat, what are you doing right now? Can you open it for somebody to jump in the love seat?
They can just, they can just hop on. If it says join, just try to join.
If you feel compelled to do so.
Right. And I heard someone once say, God makes room for you every day. So make room for God every day. God is everywhere. God is in you already. And also, piggybacking on what Sharon said, you can read a psalm a day. Psalms are powerful.
Proverbs or Psalms.
I would do both. Like you said, you could do one a day, and it'll give you wisdom. It'll give you inspiration, because the psalmist was written by David. A lot of them were written by David. And David was going through, he was running. He was on the move. His life was in jeopardy every day. And he still found time and a place, a quiet place, just even if it's just in your mind, to say, God, help me. God, I love you. I know you're taking.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about what I'm doing over here.
You're taking care of everything. I know that I was born for a reason. My reason was to exist. And I'm just going to trust you, and you're going to help me through this, because if you don't, then the enemy wins. So don't make it all like really heavy. Just keep it real light, and just close your eyes, just meditate, and just say, just like I tell my son, you didn't worry about anything when you were in my womb. You knew that everything, or your body, you knew that everything was going to be taken care of. You didn't have to worry about a thing. So God knows what you're going through. He knew what you were going to go through. Just like where we are today. You couldn't have told me in a million years that I would be sitting where I am today.
Me either.
Okay?
You know me.
Once you hear my story, you'll be like, what? You couldn't. And so we have nothing but our faith to lean on. Huh? We have nothing but our faith.
You're going to be like, who are you people?
Right. We're just average Janes. But, we had something of substance, materialistically speaking, and we lost it and we got it back, and we're getting it back, and we lost it and we got it. So it's just been like a roller coaster. And through it all, we have had our faith to lean on, and to know that, God has the whole world, including us, in our hands. And if you don't make room for God, then you're shortchanging yourself. So like I said, just, close your eyes, read the Bible, read some Psalms, talk to other people. Joel Osteen, he's wonderful. It took me a minute to get into him. But once I got into listening to some of his sermons and his preachings and his testimonies, Joyce Meyer, she's awesome. You will feel so uplifted that you will be like, there's nothing I can't do. So that's my suggestion, is just take small steps, but take big steps of faith. I'm reading.
Okay. I'm reading, and I'm gonna chime in on that one.
Go ahead.
Sometimes my depression Bible is asking me to be perfect, or else. Here's the thing. Here's the beauty of it. You're in the right faith, because it's built imperfect people. There's no way to be perfect, and there's no condemnation in Christ. So, you can't do anything to earn his love, and there's nothing you can do to separate yourself from his love. And that's what we think. There's some big judgment. Well, judgment is coming, but we won't go there. But a big, wagon of, I'm so disappointed in you. There's no condemnation in Christ. Christ created everything. The Lord created everything. It's what we do with it. So read your Bible. I'm saved. Thank you, Jesus. But guess what? I'm going to make a lot more mistakes before I hit the grave.
That's right. And it's called grace for a reason. We're saying grace. You know what? You can make the same mistake over and over and over and over and over again. But it's grace. Grace. Yeah, it's grace that you can. Adversity. Right. You're gonna make mistakes, because we're only human. There's no perfection. We're imperfect, and when we are imperfect, guess what? That allows God to show up. God's perfection to show up in your life, whether it's through meeting people like us to say, yes, you can make it. You will not be perfect, and you will make mistakes. So don't even sweat that, because that's how God is able to work through others and to show up and show out. So don't worry about being perfect, because we're not, and you're not going to be. So take that stress off yourself.
For the perfect ones. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come for the perfect ones.
Exactly.
And if you ever want to, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll have a black imperfection.
Breaking up here.
And who Jesus surrounded himself with when he came here. I said, who the Lord surrounded him. Can you hear me, love?
You're okay now.
I said who Jesus surrounded himself when he came. when he came down, you know, and manifest himself in the flesh, who did he surround
Sinners.
himself with? Right?
Less fortunate.
Yeah. So people who weren't perfect. So, you know, not to, you know, again, jump into a Bible study, but we're going to wake up every day and mess up. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna drink again. I'm never gonna have sex again. I'm never gonna curse again.
Right.
Again, first blab, you're gonna hear us. You may see us. Well, she can't drink, but you may see us. You know, talking and doing, because life is to be enjoyed. You're supposed to love life. He created everything for us. It's what we do with it. We don't want to turn it into perversion. And that's where I think a lot of people, you know, fall off track, is, you know, so, but have no fear there. Have no fear there. This life was created for you to live and to enjoy in
fullness. Live in fullness every day. I heard one minister say that life, live in fullness every day. Yes. So if you're living in fullness, you're going to enjoy the journey. You're going to enjoy everything that's going to come your way. The good, the bad, the ugly. You know, just keep stay on your faith. Get on your face before God and say, help me through this. And guess what? You will be helped. But don't think that other stuff is going to not come your way, because as soon as you are getting well and you're getting help and you're getting healthy, some little spiritual minion is going to try to come around and throw, you know, a monkey wrench in your plan. But just say, it's working. I made him mad now. For real. I have made it mad. I'm on the right track. It's like if people aren't talking about you, you know, bad press is still good press. If no one's talking about you, then, you know, you're insignificant. You're not a threat. But as soon as you start doing things that are positive, you're a threat to the enemy, because then he doesn't have a hold over you. That depression is a hold, and don't let it hold you, because it will win. It'll be like, I got that one. You know, that one committed suicide, or that one can't get off the couch. You know, I got one that's out of, you know, that's not going to be there to spread the testimony of, yes, you can. And I made it through. So once you make it through, help somebody else up. Joyce Meyer was real good about that. She said, get your mind off yourself. Go volunteer. If you're not working, go volunteer.
Volunteering
the
is
children's
amazing.
Hospitals, you know, volunteer at the animal shelters. You know, because they still have kill shelters, and these shelters have animals which are going to be put down because no one can adopt them. But at least you can go there and you can say, I'm going to rub this cat, or I'm going to rub this dog, and sit with it, because this could be his last time with a human. You know, my son has gotten real sick before, where he has been in the hospital in intensive care twice, and it could have gone a different way with his asthma, and it didn't. And so I was there one time at the hospital. They had to rush him to the hospital by ambulance. I mean, like miles away. They had to come when I was in Indiana from Michigan. Well, it's the borderline of Indiana and Michigan. But they had to come get him. They were going to medevac him. It was 4 a.m. He had a bad cold. This is before I knew he had asthma. And I was there at home, and I said to my then husband, I'm trying to see if I need to take our son to the ER, if we need to. And he said, what do you mean we? I'm like, what? So I got in the car, and it was a rental car. I didn't even have a car, but I happened to have a rental car, and we took him to the hospital. And they said, he's so critical that we need to get him to a better hospital. And they were going to come and get the helicopter for him, but it was too dark still, and they wanted to get him there, so they sent an ambulance from the children's hospital. They came and got him. Do you know, while I was there, while my son was in his state, and he got better after 2 days, there was a kid there who was on his deathbed. I prayed for him while I was there. I don't know if he made it, but I believe in God that he did. There was another kid that came in who was unresponsive, and the dad had to give CPR, and they did fly that child up, and that child was in the same city that I was in, like a neighbor. So I was there, and the lady, grandmother was there, and she said, well, everybody's got to go sometime. She was talking about her
Mm-mm.
grandbaby. I told her, don't you
Mm-mm.
speak that. Do not speak that. You better claim health and healing and wellness, and that your grandbaby is going to make it. So while things may look like they're going that way, you just better keep your faith and say it's not going to go that way. And just keep believing that. Sometimes it does, but in that moment, don't fall into that negative thinking, because it could go that way and it may not go that way. So anybody out there,
And
anybody out
go
there
ahead.
maybe going through a
I was gonna say,
trial with health, just keep believing that miracles do happen, and that why not you? Why can't you have your miracle? And then if things do go the other way, it won't be because you didn't believe that it wouldn't. You believe that it shouldn't. But sometimes those things do happen. But in the valley, don't go there.
let me just say this before we take the next question is I'm not sure if our listeners are single parents, but if you're doing anything by yourself, single parents specifically, I call it spinning plates. You are spinning plates constantly without ceasing. I'm talking bills coming in. I'm talking running the kids, whether you have your own car, you have to get on the bus, picking them up, taking them off, work, just you're constantly spinning plates. And when and that was so interesting that you said that, your significant other was like, who's going to take them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where's the support? But I want you to know you can, if some plates fall, it's not the
Right.
end of the world. If some plates are going to
Right.
fall, it is depressing because we want to make all of our deadlines. We create a lot of this stress on ourselves. That bill's due. I gotta, oh my gosh, my lights might get cut off. And these are things that nobody wants, right? Because that's shameful. What aren't you doing that your lights are getting cut off, et cetera, et cetera? So let me share with you, spinning plates, don't put so much pressure on yourself. You're putting too much pressure on yourself. That causes depression. You will start having vertigo. You will start gaining weight. You will start a number of physical things because you spin in too many plates. You need to get that in. You need to start writing down what are the most important priorities. And that is a key and food.
Yeah.
A key, so your children have some place to go and that you have food on the table. Everything else we can reprioritize. Because none of it, if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter anyway. So why are you so worried about the plates and you can't get out of bed? If you can get out of bed, short-term goals, you will be able to spin the plates. The plates are not going to stop spinning. Ever, whether you have money or not. You may just get more plates.
That's so true.
Because all money does amplify what you're already doing. Okay.
Any ideas for self-care to keep balanced?
Absolutely. Do you mean diet-wise? Water
is key.
Okay.
And I like to say, put your own oxygen mask on first.
Before you assist the person sitting next to you.
I knew you liked that one.
No, that's good though.
Say it again.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Apply your own oxygen before assisting the person sitting next to you. Wait until they find out why we know that. Okay, yes. So I think if we're talking about, I think we talked about spiritual health, because there is spiritual health. There is mental health. I think you should read significant books, and books, not so much self-help books, but I'm really into motivational speakers. Specifically, I have a few in mind. But look, okay. So mentally reading, whether you start with the Bible or books, and then of course your diet.
Yes. And exercise.
I mean, this is 2016.
Right.
So you can go get some kale, you can get some bananas, you can get, but it doesn't taste good. No, it does not. It tastes like cardboard.
If you cook it right, get some, if you eat the smoked turkey tails, if you put onions in it, some red pepper.
Yeah.
I'm talking flavor. You can flavor it.
Just like people looking for sugar and salt.
Little sugar. Watch the sugar, though, because sugar will give you that weight gain and you don't want that rush. So try not to do too much sugar. Sugar is depressing too. Sugar and bread. They say don't eat bread because bread turns into it's a carb. It turns to sugar.
To a different type of sugar, complex sugar.
Get away from the bleached foods. Eat the whole wheat, whole grains. That's what I would start doing. Also, if you're not eating right, eat right. Eat. A lot of people don't eat. I'm not hungry. That's the depression. If you don't eat, you're not going to be healthy. So make sure you eat and drink a lot of water and exercise and just keep your mind off yourself.
Keep your mind off yourself. Boredom will also cause you to eat.
Write it out.
You're the one buying the groceries.
Yes.
You're the one bringing it in. So, don't bring in butter. Bring in coconut.
That's right. Or olive oil.
Okay. Don't bring in ice cream. Bring in yogurt.
Right.
You lactose intolerant. You can't do milks. I'm just saying, these are things women have a digestive issues.
Right. Women
have digestive issues because we stress and you want to eat things low in acid. Things in a nature that's never going to work for us. Okay. We can wish and turn back the clock and, I wish I had a maid and someone to help me with this stress. Oftentimes that causes more stress. When you're one is a whole number. Yes. The number one is a whole number. So, you don't have anyone saying, whatever you cook, that's not what they want to eat.
What's that?
Tell me, you're in control.
Oh, right.
So maybe one day you just want a bowl of cereal. What I'm trying to say to you is you're the one that goes to the grocery store. Shop produce before you go anywhere else. And if you happen to go there. If you can't do iodine, don't do shrimp. Right. Right. The balance is mind, body. It has to be all three. If it's not in balance, you'll know. And surround yourself with the right people in the right environment and get rid of the negativity. I read Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. That's a really good book. It's a quick read. It's a small book. And two things that I remember from it, out of all the things from it, there are two things I remember. One, it says, and this is when I was working in the corporate world like a madman, your inbox will always be full. I used to have an inbox that was like always full, or it was an overflow. And I couldn't get a grasp on it. And I was stressing out about that. And I read, your inbox will always be full. So just know that your inbox will always be full and just take one thing at a time, go through it and prioritize and put the most important things there on top and just start working through it. Don't start at the top because it may be something really important on the bottom. So you have to sort it and you have to organize and you have to prioritize. And the other thing that said the best way to deal with stress is to eliminate it. So if you have people in your life that are no good and aren't good for you, you need to eliminate that because your health and your well-being is the most important. You're no good if you're not healthy. That's the bottom line. I'd love to do an episode, a little chat on givers and takers.
Yeah. Ooh.
The givers in your life, takers, right? Let's do that one time.
We will.
The givers and the takers, because you know what? You can't blame takers. I happen to be a giver, but you can't blame takers because that's all they know how to do.
Right.
They don't even recognize that it's a negative because that's just their nature. That's going to be amazing. That's going to be hot. We're not going to do that one now.
And use them as manipulators. It's hard to find givers, yes, but they're out there. And when you are a giver, they will come to you. So just be careful not to let people take from you so much that, challenge them to give. If you're around people that are takers, challenge them to give you something back. Flip the script a little bit and say, I hate to be cliche, what Janet said, what have you done for me lately? If they haven't done anything lately for you, you need to try to just get them to do something to give to you. Even if it's, hey, I need somebody to talk to. I need somebody to run this idea by. I'm thinking of doing this, or I want to take a class, a spin class, or I want to take up crocheting. In the beginning, before you all got on, I was sharing that I'm a crocheter by default. I didn't even know I could crochet. It was a gift to me that I didn't even know was in me. And I was trying to find someone to crochet a blanket for my baby. And I had two people that I asked. One told me, ask someone else. The other I gave some yarn to, which was my mommy, and she gave it back to me as a Christmas present. I thought, what is this? And that's who I remember. I was not a girly girl to sit around and crochet. I tried it when I was a kid, and I thought, this is boring, and I'm not doing it. And do you know, in my boredom or in my new motherhoodness, I got the yarn that my mother gave back to me, and I started a single chain. I remembered enough.
You picked it up.
I picked it up and I started a chain, and it just went and went and went. And then it was like, it became a little blanket, but my edges were curled. And I was watching HGTV, Carol Duvall show when I had cable. And with the luxuries I had to give up. But there was one episode where she was crocheting, and
give her some little gold hands for that. Give her some little gold hands for that, please. Give Regina some gold hands.
For real, you got to cut back where you can and keep it real. Thank God for the internet now. So she showed us the stitch, and I was doing it wrong. I said, oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. And it was one little thing that I had to fix. And that's how life is. It was one little thing that I had to fix. Maybe it's one little thing that you have to fix to turn your whole world around. Do you know now I am making dresses, crochet dresses, crochet shawls. I can't make a hat to save my life, but crochet dresses. I mean, like full length red carpet dresses. One day I'm going to put one on for you. I have a website, though, on Etsy.
Yes.
I forgot about
that. Find her at Etsy.
Find her at Etsy. It's called Couture 825, Couture 825, all one word. If you go to Etsy and you put search.
We'll direct them to our Facebook, too, when that's up completely where we want to show it.
Exactly. It has some of it now, but we're going to do another one. And I have all this stuff that I was able to make while I was at home, being a mother, trying to be a good, being a good wife, ignoring the reality that I was facing. I stayed busy in the storm, and I have a full line of couture wear. And I know that one day it's going to be on some big, I call myself a big time person, but some big time celebrity is going to see my work, and they're going to go, I want that. And I'll go, it's $5,000. Thank you. I had someone tell me, good luck getting that. But that was just their negativity and their shallow thinking, because it is worth as much as you would pay for a Vera Wang dress. It is that fabulous. And it came out of somebody not helping me out when I wanted something made. It came without a pattern. It came without any forethought. It just came out of the blue. And that's how I know that God is real. There's something out there that's bigger than all of us. And you just have to lean on your faith and just try something new. If you haven't tried anything new, try something new. You don't know what's in you. We all have gifts and talents that's just waiting to be used. And it's going to be for God's glory and my good. Amen. Thank you, sister. Miss Sharon, you got anything you want to add?
No, not to that, because I'm familiar with your comeback. No, I believe in that. No, I say I believe in the comebacks. I know your
Mm-hmm.
setbacks were set up for your comeback.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know that to be true because it's just really exciting to think about where we're going to be in a very short
Yeah.
time. And I just hope that people continue to view our
Right.
journey, and so we can have that as a testimony. And I think it's so important to understand you need the right people
Right.
around
I
you.
know that's what I would say. Get the
Qualify
right people around you.
them.
You're gonna find givers. Yeah.
Qualify them before.
Yes. Qualify them.
Yeah, you're gonna find, and like you said, they're gonna find
Right.
you. Vision. You're gonna like-mindedness.
Yeah.
You know, time is wrapping up too fast to. I'm not saying don't love the person. They just can't be in your
Right.
circle. Love them. That's our commission, to love. But you know, if someone always, and don't get with people and you know, just like tearing it down like a pity party, like me
Right.
too, child. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And you owe yourself, because there is something called grieving. But then you need to be the light, and you need to have a
Yes.
plan. Because time goes by, you will be grieving. You look up, and 3 years have
Mm-hmm.
passed. So get your grieve on. I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in that. Put it on the. Don't forget
Right.
it, but just put it on the back burner. And you need to get a plan.
Right. And work it.
We can talk to you about getting a plan.
Mm-hmm.
We have one that
Yes.
works. You know, but we'll talk to you about getting a plan. That's it for me now, love. Unless you, I think that's a good introduction.
So. Iris Blue, thank you for the great questions. That gave us something to really talk about and think about, because our goal is to help others, because we came up and we came out and we're still coming up and coming out. And what better way to show that what we went through was not just for naught, that it served a higher purpose. You know, not just helping us to get up and out and feeling better, but helping somebody else. So thank you for joining in. We're going to be on Saturday at 10:30 if you want to check us out again.
And that would be what, Central Standard? Because
Central Standard Time, yes.
Different coasts. So just remember, that this be the takeaway. You are spirit having a human experience.
And you matter, and you have worth. And people who are around you, like Sharon said, only put those who deserve to be around you. Meaning not that you don't want to help everyone, but you have to be careful who's around you, because you don't want them draining you, especially when you're trying to work hard and you're trying to build yourself up. So thanks, Iris Blue.
We love you.
Yeah, we love you.
All right now.
Stay tuned. Okay. Bye for now.